on this. Might even be a nuke. Yep, it is. Right on our Typhoon there. So good massive damage there. What's going on, guys? Desert Fox tapping again. Let's see if we can play a Russian deck for the first time. There is currently quite a few lobbies, quite a few in battle, and then 54 searching. So we already found a match. Sounds good. Let's get it. Let's play one we haven't played. We haven't played the dam yet, so we'll see. Probably get outvoted. Never mind. I'm not sure if the team we're playing is like new, but we'll see. We'll run our harass deck. If we run the harass deck, I want to run around and basically just try to threatening things. But as long as we have, actually, let's go armor heavy. The reason why armor heavy is because the dam's going to have a lot of choke points, and then we might need to really bring in the firepower for that. But the harass deck is pretty juicy. We also did a couple scenarios. We didn't record that, but scenarios are really good for being able to work on your support and your decks in these scenarios so that you can get better at the game. Really get better at your technique. Let me see if I can change the controls here. I want to change because my stop button is S, but I want my smoke button to be what's on my mouse here. So that way we can immediately do stuff like laze, smoke, precision airstrike with our mouse because it has a multi-button device, and that should be pretty cool. I think somebody's saying they want to push on the right-hand side, which is interesting. I would imagine you would want to push so hotkeys. And so for the precision strike, we'll Mel's 5. Sweet. Yep. Apply. Because when we want our units to stop and not throw their smoke at. And that's what they keep doing because we double click that. So precision strike is going to be that mouse 5 button. Now what we're going to call out is going to try to call a couple VDV recon vehicles. Like we want to be able to become a nuisance. I guess you can't go off the map there. There's 2 VDV vehicles. We also got a Tunguska coming in. Bring some vehicles as well as, let's say, this unit. We'll do some Verta and these guys. We'll bring it, try to take that position there, and then we'll also bring a support vehicle, being a Terminator. We love the Terminator. You know, we could really bring, because for some reason our fighters are pretty good. Now there is quite a few of the enemy, so we'll fire our long range missiles and scoot out of there. We don't want that 5-on-1 here. He made it out, but just barely. I wish we had some kind of AA here. Yep, somebody's firing. Yep, seed already inbound. So this team, very good at wanting to play classic war game, fly their planes over our base here. We'll call in our fighter again. Three missiles attacking that Raptor. We might clean house. Nice. So we'll go back to base here. Cleaning up 2 Raptors. Not bad. Bringing our score 1645 to 600. Did really good there, I'll say. Basically cleaning at least one person's opener. Now the Comanche is going to be a problem. People learn very fast, and one thing that we played in our games is taking the Comanche as a um, chopper interdictor. It's really good at that, by the way. So gotta definitely bring some support, and then for that we'll bring out David Saya. Really good unit, very strong. We're gonna start out with some light vehicles and work our way forward. We're also gonna take another David Saya here. We need to also just keep kind of calling out stuff in vehicles. That way we can kind of dominate this right side here. We're going to take that F zone, and then we're going to continue to recon forward. What we want to do is drop here. We'll tell them to, I like how it's shooting his Strela launcher there. We took it with the Strela, which is cool. So we're absolutely destroying the enemy on choppers and stuff. We have the F point, so what we'll do is we'll recon this way. There's a pilot there, so we'll deal with him. We want to have him take the point and our guys recon forward, see how far they can get. You know me, I like to go ahead and push there. So doing work, putting in work, boys and girls. 375 points floating. If they want to come and play, we want to know what they're going to bring in and what their decks are. So far, we know that they have SF for some of them and Marines for others. So the more we take, the better. Got a little egg here. Not sure if it's a killer little egg. Got a nice kill on the killer egg. Not bad. Then we'll pull him on Switzerland there. Because I call it Switzerland because I don't want them to they're neutral. So when he goes neutral, I don't want him to be actually they got people in G. So we might do we'll sit depending on what this guy sees here. We want to just punch forward and see what all the enemy has. They might just have infantry, and this could be good. So you see that they've got some special forces and some guys here. So you see the recon is good that they're running up in there. But this also means that they might be able to be supplanted from the back there. So if we can get some recon out here, that could be really cool. Running behind our lines. We'll put him there in the fourth, and maybe he can do some quick scouting there. I'm going to go ahead and ping that. See if I can see him again. I want to see if I can get eyes on that guy because, or maybe let's just go get him. 20 millimeter versus a light vehicle is good. So we got one of their things, and that's good. That means they're probably going to be focusing on this road, but they got a striker brigade and we got an armor brigade, and they got special forces. So they might have some recon behind our lines, but we want to be able to deter that with our armored forces. And then we're also going to bring some infantry in to see if we can deter from that. We're going to try to hit the Gulf point. So we'll also, since we know we're going to attack the Gulf point, we'll bring our Tor. We have a Tor here. That's the only Blitzkrieg item we have. But if the enemy decides to push, we'll also bring one Cornets D, and then we'll one here. Yep. And then we'll counterattack. We'll have our what's it called in reserve, our tanks in reserve. We'll have one heavy in reserve. Cool. So we'll be scouting forward, essentially, trying to see what we can see. And then we'll call in a Baratino strike where we know they have infantry. And then we'll launch the attack with our tanks and infantry leading the charge. As you can see with our probing attack, our allies brought some guys in there because they knew that they could run down the road. And that's why it's really effective to just try to maneuver just to see what you can get away with. Because if you can maneuver and get away with stuff like punching deep behind the enemy lines, I'm telling you, it really doesn't hurt that much, you know. So what we could do is we'll do the same thing with, do we have any other wheeled units? We don't have a lot. So we're doing a good job of so we're going to support our allies attack there. We've got a lot of recon units, but we are in the back, so we don't want to expose too much of our side armor there. I'm going to push that point. So it's good that we're pushing the point and our guys are behind the lines, which means the resupplying is going to be extremely hard. So we'll push the point there. And then now that our chopper's here, we'll bring in some reinforcements. Hopefully they don't have an AA unit or we're about to pop it. We'll put that there. Tell him to go back home after he drops. Since our allies engage with their infantry, we will drop our infantry off. Hopefully he can take out that Stinger team. So we'll actually just tell him to drop there and bug out as reinforcements. That means we're about even on points. And the enemy brings a tank, which is good. Shout out to the enemy for finally reacting to this. Ideally, we want to push them back to the river there. So we'll tell our guy to fall back. And what we can do is we can tell this guy to pick up this guy because we want to get our recon forward there. Nice, good kill. So good counter by the enemy by starting off potentially an assault with the MLRS. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go out wide here. Yeah, tell him to get in that plane there. And what that allows us to do with our Baratino coming up and our forces moving forward, we'll put guys here. Punch him forward. But also, actually, we need to bring in a chopper full of some AA guys as well as a sniper. We'll just bring it in here. We'll bring him in there. We'll bring him in here for a counterattack and have these guys here prepared to repel any enemy counterattacks. So us having Gulf means that we can potentially hold them off the river there. But we want to get our sniper up there to determine if that's the case. And then we'll actually bring him here and then tell this guy to go back to base. Also for supplies, we'll bring a chopper in another. We're pretty much out. So we got to be very careful with our choppers. Bring a supply vehicle. We don't have a lot, actually. We take this. Nope. Yeah, we only have 2, and I think they're both in use. So, yep, they are both in use. They're bringing troops to the front. So we'll have to wait to bring supplies. But again, we haven't done a lot of fighting. Got some bunkers over there being engaged by a long-range missile. It might not even have the APS FDS. Oh, you might need a drop there, buddy. Landed right between the building. So because we accomplished our objective, that means this allows us to we'll tell our snipers to go forward. So with the phase about the first phase, we did really good in destruction and in points. We're also gonna send a VDV over here just to see what we can see. I swear I have like 2 Verba. Yeah, I was like, I don't understand why the Dedovitsaya couldn't deal with that, but I have like multiple Verba. So what we can do for support is bring the Mighty Tor, so they can't get away with stuff like that. 5 points earned. That's really good. Sell their stuff. Oh, this one's close range. Totally go back to base. I'm gonna have to take the guy to my deck. There's no reason to have this guy in my deck because he doesn't have the range. It's unfortunate. Good trade there by the enemy, seeing if we have any recon there. We don't have a lot of AA, but that's fine. We'll just move everything. I'm not sure if we have anything else that reaches out and touches them. So good strike there by their choppers. Dead charge like that. Made me pay for that having the chopper out there like that. But we made him pay with those 2 choppers. So 3 choppers for 1 is not a good trade by the enemy. We do know they have tanks, so this is what we'll do. We'll tell the guy to come this way, and then we'll tell him to traverse the river there. If there's nothing there, we might be able to threaten Jay. So we just want to see where they're weak. Because they know they have over the skies, let's see if we can catch him slipping. But he's going to drop quite a few bombs on this. Might even be a nuke. Yep, it is. Right on our Typhoon there. So good massive damage there. Our Dead Saya didn't get hit though. Don't we go back to base there? They're shooting at him. He got damaged. But a good strike by the opponent. They basically wiped out all the stuff that we had there. They used their recon and we saw the bomber coming. So it is what it is. Using their air power and making us pay for not having seed. So they're going to push with their tanks, and then what we'll do is we'll bring in an alligator to repel them. Those tanks they're going to push hard, but I'm not sure if they have any AA. They do have a booker there. Yeah, he's behind the power curve there. But if we assess the lane here, once they break out of this E lane, we're going to basically put our chopper right here. So if they come down this way, doesn't look like they have any. We're going to try to dominate this path right here. So as soon as that prowler flies over, it'd be a good target for a bomber. So we're going to do a precision airstrike. As those tanks continue to push, we got a few kills, but nothing crazy. So we got some HCs, trophies, basically an entire armored push, trying to see how far they can get. Is if they did that, we'll bring in some to retake this point. They're basically just getting focused down. They didn't bring enough AA. So that's really unfortunate, but they got all these seed planes up. We'll go this way. Get over here so maybe we can support our guys on the flank there. We also need to bring in some supplies. As always, I feel like we always have to bring in supply. Tell the Verba to get out of there because they're out of their 12 missiles. There's a lot of infantry back there, but there's not a lot of infantry forward. That airstrike was pretty cool. I like that we actually did a precision strike pretty well. So with the tanks pushing in, will be the reinforcements for the tanks. Sweet. They didn't have any infantry there. So we can essentially just take in position. Isn't that good? Got a couple. Yeah, they're gonna bombard this location just to kind of soften it up there. We have that we're floating about 1,000 points, so maybe we can retake that point with a couple of arenas as well as a Terminator. So they got a couple of Abrams, and maybe if our alligator can get some shots on target. I guess there's a ridge there because it's like they can't get any shots on target. I think it's the weirdest thing. Like he's right here, but he can't shoot. It's the weirdest thing. So he even missed that. That's crazy to me. And as soon as we're able to get a shot on target, the enemy's AA comes and is doing his thing. So it's just wild, man. But the tanks are injured and our tanks are coming. So we'll stop trying to be cute. And then we'll go ahead and bring some real forces to the party. We'll also bring a forepost here. They're going to try to probably retreat to Gulf. And if they haven't dug in, it's either bring in troops. I'm going to watch out. we have any insufficient availability? Not sure if he dropped, but they got a lot of AA up, so we're going to have to push them on the ground. Let's see, Cornets, 215. Can't believe I didn't bring any AA. That's a fresh HC. But I believe after this push, we'll push him all the way back to the river if we can. It's almost available, and we'll have the points too. Popping up Buckner. They really like that building, so we got to be careful. Maybe if we got our guys parked, hopefully they won't see them. But if they do, shout out to the enemy. I think they what they called in, most of it's either destroyed or parked back there. So we'll once we get this guy up and rolling, we'll go ahead and hit that, and then that will be the cue for our assault on a Gulf. We're doing really good. Holding down points, right? So we'll just kind of post up here and wait for our dudes to get in there. We won't alert the enemy with any of our, how can I put it? Yeah, we'll bring that guy. We like those guys. Enemy's doing a lot of long range stuff. He's got a predator up though, but so we'll move just in case he tries to do some RD funny business. So absolutely steamrolled phase 2. Good kills for us. I'm pretty sure that strike's going to come here, but that's fine. What's funny is he hit, but they barely took any damage, so that's very interesting. So glad we gave our guys moving orders. Told him to the sprinter. So I think we're about prepared to make this push. And then if we do an air strike, almost ready for that. That'll be our cue. We found our scout. He's almost ready. We want to go ahead and launch the attack on the back of Gulf there and soften up the back of Gulf as well as these buildings. So if we can do that, then we'll be good to go. Should be available, please. There it is. So as those bombs come in, we'll be ready to go. Mouse 5, I guess, is precision airstrike. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Coming around here. Got all our missiles off. We like that's why we did the training. Let the infantry go first. That's kind of the idea here. See if we can get close here. Well, the infantry survived. That was good. Note to self, do not run the infantry, but that pushed us ahead a lot by 2,000 points in phase 3. It was super fun, and we have no more tanks, but they still have some troops. Push them back to that part of the river. It was a Pyrrhic victory, but us coming out kind of on the bottom of that kind of gave us enough time to kind of hold G. These guys are going to be able to hold G because they were prepping for a push and we didn't get damaged. So we really threw the enemy back there, and they're going to think twice about attacking. Now, for the rest of the battlefield, though, what we'll do is we will kind of dig back into here, and then we'll also bring in proper support to maybe pick off any of the enemy's stuff there. So we'll bring another tour. And then we'll also do the whole recon bit. We'll bring him in the other chopper. We'll put him on neutral, so you can just spot that stuff. Let's see if we can sneak this guy in that building there. Also put them on neutral. Got our Spetsnaz here. Oh, 6 seconds he gets to run. Tell him to run to get in that building. How are we looking on the plane? It's not even close to being done. But with the amount of stuff we've got, we're about to steamroll these guys, so it's pretty good. Shout out to the enemy, though. Very tough fight there. I'm kind of content to kind of sit in the back and make a big play at the end. We only have 2 minutes, so don't want to just throw points and just waste them. But great unit for holding was the Terminator, so we'll call in a Terminator there. I don't think. Also, shout out to the Strezits as well. These guys we'll bring with. Yeah, we'll bring a couple of those guys as well. Really good for protecting the flanks. But Verbo and then these guys kind of dig back in. So we lost golf. We took it back. We pushed back on the enemy for a big tank battle, which we liked. And then we did some sneaky stuff here. We'll see if we can sneak behind the enemy lines there. Get some vision. Oh, get in there, 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 get in there. Come on, guy. Oh, of course. There's a chopper there. I'm not sure what we're saying, but get in that building so they won't pop you. But there is definitely units here for sure. We could get some helicopter action going. Ends in 8 seconds, but hey. Let's go, baby. If they had some sneaky choppers, I think we could have snuck behind the enemy's lines. But we did really, really good. 1.34. Shout out to us. Absolutely doinking a lot of the opponent. Some of their plays were really good, so shout out to them. But putting the hammer down on them was super fun. And that big push was also like really, really cool. 1.34 on the KD, highest on the team. But it was a team effort. I will say we had a couple times where the team helped us out an absolute ton. So, guys, thank you so very much. Desert Fox here. Tap in with you guys on the flip side. Level progression. Sweet. Well, let's look through this a little bit. SU25 got a Raptor. Shout out to him. Destrezit, Typhoon. Typhoon called the Patriot. Right, sneaking behind the lines. I popped one of our guys. That's unfortunate. Okay, cool. Verba. Nice. Only 2 units. Interesting. I mean, we did strike behind the line, but it was Spirit, Viper, Sweet, Alligator, Booker, and a Fighting Falcon. Shout out to him. The Alligators didn't do very good in this game, even though you're looking at them doing good, but I felt like they could have did so much more for what they have armament wise. A lot of 1v hits, and then Cat Dragon Striker trophy. Shout out to him popping a trophy. I didn't bring the 57mm Barbarouses. I think if we would have brought those MC Abrams would have been toast. But we were trying to autocannon them, and we didn't realize we didn't bring the 57mm one. So, note to self: take the 57mm autocannon. That is a great example of why. All right, guys, have a good day and goodbye.